So Reno, he finally is able to put on the suit of Kaiju number 6. He is successfully able to survive so far because this is just the beginning of his training of him mastering the weapon number 6. And this is going to be insane because Reno is going to get a huge power up. But not only that too, but we also get a dynamic duo with Reno and Aharu, because Aharu, he has Reno's back. And ever since the incidents of their first interactions with Kaiju number 9, it seems like these guys has each other's back and returning the favor while, trying to save each other from this training arc. But all of this is going down in this latest chapter. Kaiju number 8, while we see that Aharu is relieved that Reno actually failed the suit test, because last chapter Reno, he was doing a test so that way how he can see that if his body can withstand the amount of power that weapon 6 has. So when he was actually relieved that Reno actually failed and actually fainted, he was just kind of relieved, but then he snapped out of it because he was like, that kind of thinking is the worst. He's supposed to be there for Reno and actually have his back no matter what, because they're friends, they're comrades, they're soldiers, and they're supposed to have each other's back no matter what. So we go into the outside and we see this giant kaiju, and we see that the defense force captain number 4, he's ready to test out weapon number 6 suit onto Reno. And we see that Reno, he's in the battle suit of weapon number 6, and all the cells seems to be in normal level. And as Reno, he is all hyped up and he is ready to deploy to actually go ahead and test out the power of his new suit, we see that Haru, he's just thinking that he's like, wow, this is the suit of Kaiju number 6. He was like, its power hasn't been released yet, but I can feel a freezing cold energy emanating just by standing next to it. So it kind of illustrated that this battle suit probably has some freezing abilities and some cold abilities, because just based on that statement, and especially too since we see that Reno, when they actually showcase him in the battle suit for the first time, we just see smoke coming out. So it kind of just illustrates that this battle suit probably has some freezing abilities. And we actually are able to see that later on in this chapter while they actually test out the suit to see if it's actually working properly and making sure that Reno do not actually die. So Captain of Division 4, he was actually surprised that Reno was able to level up the combat status in weapon number 6 within a month. And he was actually surprised that all the soldiers from Division 3 are actually surpassing the old guard. And so according to like the data that they showed, that Division 3 actually saw a tremendous amount of growth during their whole enlisted. So while that's going down, we see that the vice captain of Division 4 says, while he's currently unleashed the combat power, the levels fell well below Kikaru. He's far surpassed her in terms of rate of improvement. And so we see that the captain says, I guess that's what you call being a prodigy. Even so, the level of combat is different from training. It never goes in the way that you suspected. So he started to call Reno to see that if you are ready to actually go ahead and test out this suit. So Reno's assignment for the suit is that he needs to take out this kaiju that's been roaming around 5 years since it's been showed up in the 1967s. Its former level is actually a 6.4. So at this current moment, it's just like, take care of this because the suit will actually be able to do it. So we see that Reno and the rest of the other soldiers, they jump into the forest to the area so that way they can go ahead and take out this kaiju. And so we see that Iharu, he's actually surprised at how fast Reno is, because he's just like, damn, that man's fast, because Reno just took off. Like Reno just went full blown, full speed. And so everyone is just looking like, bruh, like this man is really, really fast. We got to catch up to this guy because he just did a full release. So currently, as of right now, we see that Reno, while he's just going, chasing down, trying to take out this kaiju, he's actually having a few flashback moments where he was actually having a conversation with the Captain Number 4. And during that flashback, Captain Number 4 says that Reno has 10 minutes because that's how much that Reno can do. Because while using this suit, it will shorten up your lifespan. So Reno is just like, I don't have time to waste. I need to move fast to get the results before it's too late. So Reno, he's just going full blown blast and try to go ahead and try to attack the kaijus as much as he can. But unfortunately, the suit started to have problems where Reno, he can't control the cold energy that the suit is producing. So Reno, he's actually stuck on the ground because one of his foot is actually frozen. So Reno in the last second was able to dodge the attack, but then suddenly a kaiju, he was able to turn around and try to go and finish off Reno. But luckily, Iharu, he came in for the save, saving Reno again. And then we see that Reno, he's having a flashback of the moment where both of them were battling against Kaiju number 9 earlier in the season. And we see that Haru says that I can hit them just as hard as, and then as soon as he was about to finish that sentence, a blast just knocks out this kaiju, and Haru, he is just surprised, and he turns around and he sees Reno, and Reno's out here and he's using the power of the kaijus to use as an advantage, so that way he can take them all out. With so much force, he was able to take out a couple of these kaijus that's roaming around the forest, breaking them into pieces, and everyone's just in shock of how powerful these kaijus are. So while everyone's just in shock, and we see that Haru, he's just in disbelief that he just saw a kaiju just blew up in front of his face into pieces. Another kaiju is right behind him, about to finish him off. But then all of a sudden, we see that Reno, he comes in and he thanks Iharu for helping him out and regain his cool. And then all of a sudden, a barrage of bullets just comes in and just blowing up this other kaiju that was about to go ahead and take out Iharu. And we see that Reno, he's mastering this weapon number 6 suit pretty fast, and he's able to gain control. And we see that Reno, he's telling Iharu, he's just like, I will handle the rest. And Iharu is just saying to Reno, he's like, please don't leave me behind. While they both just stare at each other, and you just see a barrage of that dead kaiju that Reno just continuously just blasting while he frees them up in the air. And that's just how the chapter ends. While we see that Reno, he is using weapon number 6 to his advantage, and he's actually is able to try to master its power, which is 100% amazing. And also too, we see the teamwork of Reno and Haru, especially since these two got a lot of chemistry, especially since the incidents when they first got introduced to Kaiju number 9, and they both almost got killed, and they're both looking after each other. It's pretty amazing, and it's pretty good to see that they both want to see its success. And it's kind of really amazing too that the other division captains, they see that Division 3 has some great warriors that's actually surpassing everyone's expectations. So this is really, really great. But other than that, let me know down in the comment section how you guys feel about this chapter. What is your guys' favorite moments? What you guys think what this chapter is going to lead to the next chapter? And if you guys do like the video, please give it a like, subscribe, and remember, always be decent. This is the Monto Man, and hope you guys have a wonderful day and be safe out here.